Stefan from the high-speed metal band Vulture, and you're listening to the Dan Chan Show on Hard Rock Hell Radio.
Hey Stefan, how's things in Dortmund, Germany?
Hey, they are pretty hot right now. We're having 33 degrees, and I'm sweating my sorry ass off.
That's warmer than here right now. So how's Dortmund cope with the pandemic and everything, lockdowns, etc.? How have you dealt with it?
I myself try to stay pretty responsible through that whole pandemic thing. I don't think that's what most of the people did over here. So we had like pretty high numbers over here, but things are slowly getting better, and I hope they're going to stay like this, since we like had this. It's summer. It's getting better again. We had this last year, and it turned out pretty bad. Yeah. I hope this time we're on our way out, and things are opening up. Bars are opening up. Restaurants are opening up. Life is slowly coming back again.
Same here. It feels good. Maybe we'll have some gigs soon, eh? That'd be good.
Yeah, that would be so amazing. Yeah.
So you've just released the awesome album Dealin Death back at the end of May. It's a real fun album to listen to. I've been playing your new tracks over the last few weeks on the show. I just want to crush beer cans on the side of my head while I'm listening to it. How's the reaction been so far to it?
Yeah, pretty positive. Most of the reviews, most of the feedback I got from friends and other people were pretty positive. I think this time we were able to reach some people we weren't able to reach with the last one, since it was a little more, I don't know, less catchy and less straight to the point, and that's what we tried this time to do more, and I think it worked out pretty well, and people seem to like it, so I'm very, very happy with the responses we're getting. Well,
it's funny that, because I was going to say, you know, although you have a set sound, I was going to ask, how have you evolved as a band over the last few years since the last album?
Oh, a lot. Like, you know, when we went to Metal Blade and did the first record in 19, we were like super afraid to not deliver. We were very afraid to like be mediocre, and okay, this is the first record on Metal Blade, we got to perform and do the best we can.
Was that pressure? Was that added pressure?
Yeah. Like what? No. This was horrible. This was the worst decision we ever did, and because we said to ourselves, making songs better means making songs more complex, less easy to listen to, and that's something we wanted to avoid this time, because we noticed when we played live I was just looking at my fretboard all the time and couldn't enjoy a single bit of the new tracks, and then we said to ourselves, let's get back to what we initially planned on doing and play the music that we'd like to hear as fans. I don't know if that's cheesy to say, but I think in the end that's it. And this worked out pretty good for us, and now we're starting to rehearse the new tracks as well for potential shows, and also in the rehearsal place we noticed, that was a good decision, since we're playing these songs for the first time now together.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was a great decision.
I mean, now, as soon as I heard you guys, the first time I heard you guys, I had a smile from ear to ear, just total unadulterated metal. What made you want to continue a legacy of such sonic pleasure? Because you said previously you're celebrating metal in its purest form.
Yeah, we're doing. Yeah, I don't know what's like the motivation behind it, since a lot of people say, "Oh, you're like from 1991, 92. You guys, why are you playing the music of the 80s?" But in the end, it's the music I grew up with myself. This is the music I had my 16th, 17th years in, and got an adult with, and this is simply the music I feel home and I don't know, it feels very natural to perform this way, and of course we're huge fans and dedicated fans to the genre, and of course that's something we like to show in our own music as well.
Absolutely. So how do you guys craft your songs? Are there certain feelings or worldly influences, or is it just speed and fun all the way?
Influence-wise, it's a lot of proto metal, like Judas Priest, Diamond Head, this kind of things.
But what about like lyrical? What about lyrical meanings? Is there anything behind it, or is it just like, you know, balls to the wall?
No, it's a lot about movies and stories. So we're huge fans of old movies like the '60s, all the movies with Vincent Price and the great Hammer studio movies.
Right.
That's where a lot of influence is coming, and of course we got some of the usual heavy metal track lyrics, but mostly it's storytelling in our own simple way. I think.
Is that a collective thing? You all like the same. Obviously, you all like the same music. Obviously, I could take many punt and guesses on the bands that you are influenced us by. But what about movies? Are you all very similar?
I think Andreas and me are the key characters behind this lyrical direction. Mm-hmm. Like if we're watching movies together, we're all pretty hooked. But I think the great fascination for horror and drama and thriller stuff is coming mostly from Andreas and me, and we're also the guys writing the lyrics.
What's the scariest film you've ever seen?
Scariest?
Yeah.
I don't know.
What one kept you up at night?
I don't know. I think it's not about being scary. I think it's more about being dramatic and like getting shivers, and that's not always from
psychological.
Yeah, like the final scene of Rosemary's Baby, where she's entering that living room with that strange that's getting me every time. And when Vincent Price is screaming true when he's opening the casket of his beloved wife and found out she was alive, that's the moments we like.
That's it. I like it. Now the riffs, how do you come up with them? Is it a joint effort, or do you just, when you get an idea, do you just like hum it into your phone? How does it come about?
Yeah, it's exactly that. We're writing everything from home. We're living super far apart from each other and don't see each other too much, like on a regular basis. So we're writing everything from home and write stuff down when we have basic ideas. Maybe record a riff here and there, or use Guitar Pro to tab it, and then we meet online and discuss stuff and rearrange our songs that way. So we've never ever wrote a song in a rehearsal room, and I think we will never. I don't know how people can work like that. Like you set them in a rehearsal room, then say be creative, and then something comes out of. No way, I can't do that.
Isn't it crazy how obviously times evolved, and the times we live in now digitally, we can do anything around the world. It's mad.
It's amazing.
Back in the day, as you say, when you always have to be sat in a rehearsal room trying to come up with something, and everyone's getting angry with each other because nothing's coming out.
I don't want to do that. It sounds horrible.
For those that don't know Vulture, tell us about the history of the band, because I believe it was spawned from another band. Is that right?
Yeah, more or less. I quit another thrash band when I was moving to a different city and didn't feel like driving like 2 hours for every rehearsal, but still said to myself, that's the music I want to do. Like I said earlier, this is where I feel home and I need to continue doing this. Then I hooked up with all the guys in summer 2015, I think, and we planned stuff first. So we didn't like meet and rehearse and write songs. So we planned stuff first and mapped out where we'd like to go to, which direction is it for us, and then we were all. Pretty soon we shaped an image of what Vulture is going to be like and sound like. Yeah. And then we started writing songs and met in a rehearsal room that went all very, very quick and fast. So we released Victim to the Blade in 16, The Guillotine afterwards already, like in 17, the first record. Then we moved on to Metal Blade Records, did Ghastly Waves and Better Grace with Gerion joining us on drums, since I didn't had any time to rehearse drums, and I was so bad at drumming, so we just had to change that. And Gerion joined us. That was the best decision we ever made. And now we are here like 6 years later with the third record, Dealin Death.
Great, it's great. So you just touched on Metal Blade there. How cool is it being on Metal Blade? They're such a great label. How did it come about?
It's amazing. We simply got a mail from Andreas, the A&R who's responsible for us at Metal Blade, one day when I was visiting Leo, and we had we we ate something. We were at a restaurant, and then I got the mail, and we were absolutely hooked. And we had some calls later, and pretty much agreed on how it's going to be. Yeah, and there we are, like on the label that released the first Metallica track and the first Slayer stuff. That's feeling so amazing.
I know, that's amazing. Now, controversial question. Okay, so just bear with me. Shall we say, tongue-in-cheek with your imagery. It must be great to revive these looks and photo shoots. They're awesome. I love it, right? But do you think you alienate any younger fans but engage with an older, nostalgic crowd, or is everyone up for it? What's your opinion?
Oh, I don't know. Of course, we're not taking ourselves too seriously. Like if you wanted to listen to a band and want to get into a band and really feel like this is a band that I'm going to listen to, it takes more than great songs. That's the first thing we had in mind. It takes more than great songs. You need like an image. You need something that like all the looks. She needs to be combined. Like you want to have
to buy into it. You got to look at the album cover. You got to see the picture and go, yes.
Yeah. It's all. In the end, it sounds very unromantically, but you're a product as a band somehow,
exactly.
Right? And that's something we said. Okay, we're gonna be a little bit like that, and go with all that chains and leather stuff. And of course, we like looking that way. But of course, we're not like the dangerous people we're trying to be like on stage. Like I'm a social worker. I'm pretty much the opposite of the opposite of what I'm trying to be on stage. So it's all like we're all pretty aware of us taking ourselves not too serious.
So it's not leathers and studs or joggers then, it's more suits for you, right?
No, it's more like I can wear whatever I want as long as the shirt's not too scary.
So I'm guessing, right, from your music, because it makes me, as I say, it makes me want to grab a beer, right? Are you guys a party kind of band? It appears that way.
Yeah, we like to party. Yeah, we did it a lot in the last years, even to a point where we were quite happy to be forcefully being stopped for a year now. But yeah, we like to party. We like to dance. You can have a lot of fun with us in the night.
That sounds like a date, mate. We'll have to do that one. So touring, with that in mind, have you got any plans in the making? Is it difficult with work and jobs and stuff?
We had so many plans. We planned like a huge festival summer here in Germany with Wacken and Summer Breeze and all those great ones, and then they got cancelled. Then we got booked again. Then it got cancelled, and now we said to ourselves, "Fuck it, we're not gonna plan anything until everything is safe." Yeah. And since like a few weeks, it starts to be more clear that towards the end of the year, things are gonna be might be possible again. We of course started to accept some offers for shows here and there. Got maybe got the opportunity to do a great tour next year, but that's nothing's booked so far.
Okay, and who would you ideally love to tour with? One band.
Does it need to be active right now, or can it be from the past?
Okay, we'll have a past one, and we'll have an active one. We'll have two.
Okay. A past one is Metallica '83.
Okay.
Or '87, like the crazy Seattle show.
So you're picking bands that still exist, but that a certain era. I get it. Right. All right.
Okay. And bands that are active right now. That's a tough one. There's so many. I'd love to tour with the Antichrist guys from Sweden again, with Ranger, with Necromantion, Aura Noir. That would be like the picks from like our horizon of music. Yeah. And if I got to pick like a great band, probably King Diamond would be great.
Class. It was his birthday the other day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Legend, absolute legend. Now, what tracks from the new album are you psyched to play live? There must be so many. It must be the whole thing, right?
Yeah, we actually planned on maybe doing it, but I'm looking forward to Count Your Blessings, maybe the most, to Gorgon. I'm a little bit afraid of Star-Crossed Cities, since it was not like my favorite track to record in the studio. It was very tough for me, but I think we gotta play that one live. So, but like Gorgon, Count Your Blessings, Malicious Souls. Yeah. That's the ones I'm really looking forward to.
Great. And for those, I've got to admit, I've not seen you live, but I will do, I promise. What can we expect from a Vulture show?
Yeah, dedication, angry faces, a lot of movement on stage, a lot of fun on stage. Yeah, I think that's it.
Energy.
Dedication, a lot of sweat, a lot of energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Now, you've played a number of live shows over the years. Do you have a funny tour story to share with us?
There's not like that one story.
Anything on stage or something that funny happened?
Oh, we fucked up a lot of stuff, actually. The first great bigger show we ever played was at the Metal Assault Festival in Würzburg here in Germany. We played like in front of, I don't know, like 2,000 people maybe, and that was by far the biggest thing we ever did. And the week before, I was so troubled with the heaviest form of diarrhea I ever had in my life. And then I took a lot of pills, and that resulted in me having the worst fever I ever got. And playing that way was horrible. That's a lot of, like, every time we meet and something important is happening, someone of us getting ill. It's happening every time we go on tour. Andreas is getting ill. Oh. We're flying to London. Andreas is getting ill, or I am getting. It's every time something's happening. So that's maybe the most mention-worthy thing about Vulture stories.
God. Illness, great. So, go back to you personally. What's your personal journey? What did you grow up with, and what got you into the scene, and what made you pick the guitar up?
It was actually a boyfriend my sister had when she was, I don't know, 15, 16, 17, somewhere around that. And he was playing in a metal band back then, and that had a huge impression on me. And he taught me my first guitar stuff and got me my first CDs, like the Destruction, Eternal Devastation record. And that's really something that sparked my joy for music. My parents, I'm coming from a family where music is very important, and my parents always like tried to trick me into doing music when I was a kid. Bought me when I was 9. They bought me a Deep Purple made in Japan, and my first drum kit. They wanted me to stop being angry and rather punch it into a drum set.
That's me.
It didn't work out, and I had to find my own spark somehow, and that's definitely that thing. And then I right away started playing in bands. Like when I was 14, I had my first band. Like we had a floor tom, a snare, and an acoustic guitar, and we called it a band. And then since then, so like for the last 16 years now, I was always active in playing bands and got better songwriting wise, and also a little better here with knowing certain rules. Yeah. So I've always been active my whole life, and I hope I can stay as active as that for a very long time.
Yeah. And away from metal, what other music do you like to listen to? It can't always be speed, or can it?
No, it can't. I don't know. I can't really put my finger on like a genre or something, but there's of course a lot of artists I like. I'm listening to the Doors a lot. Yeah. I like some German cheesy stuff like Herbert Grönemeyer, Udo Lindenberg.
Some Vulture
no, it's not Schlager. It's like more like an 80s pop thingy.
I just want to go to beer halls when I hear German music like that.
No, it's not that music. But music's got to be good, and if music's good, it doesn't matter what genre the music is.
Too right. Are you watching the Euros? It was a disappointing start for Germany. You're not a football fan?
No, I'm a huge football fan. I'm a huge since I'm able to think. I'm a huge fan of Borussia Dortmund, and I don't think this whole tournament is something to follow. I hate all those German flags around. I hate all those people that suddenly start to talk about football.
Really?
Why? And you know, like the German team is consisting of I don't know, 80% Bayern Munich players.
Right, yeah.
I can't just sit the whole year hating these guys and then suddenly start cheering for them. No, not for me.
So it's club before country for you.
Yeah, and also there's a global pandemic going on, and it's also already very strange that football is somehow not affected by it at all. And now they're flying through all over Europe for a game. That's so strange.
Bonkers. A couple of random questions. Are you ready for these?
Yeah.
Okay, if you could know the absolute and total truth to one question, what question would you ask?
how do you remain positive all the time?
Okay, that's all right. Are you a positive person yourself?
I try to be, yeah.
Okay, next one. If you were stranded on a desert island, which member of Vulture would you have with you and why?
Oh, that's a risky one.
Yeah, I know.
I'll pick Andreas just simply because
he's always sick. You don't want to pick him.
No, I know him since I'm like 12, 13. I'm definitely going to pick Andreas.
Okay, fair enough. And one more. What's the most used emoji in your phone?
Probably either the flame or the
horns.
or the knife.
Or the knife.
But I think it's the flame.
Okay. That's cool. Now, finally, what does the future hold for Vulture? I can only assume it's world domination, right?
Definitely, like give us 2 or 3 more weeks and then we're there. No, I don't know. I hope we're gonna be able to rebook all the great stuff that we had booked and play as many shows as possible next year.
Awesome.
And do record by record by record. I'm super hooked. I want to continue. I want to do more. I want to do bigger shows. I'm so open, and we're very hungry right now, and I'd like to eat.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for joining me today. I really appreciate it. I'm wishing you all the best for the album and the tours to follow. You're sure on my list as a band to go and see. Thanks, mate.
Hey, you're welcome, man. You're welcome.